Alright. Hi, it's Morgan from Worng Electronics. We're here in Tokyo Festival of Modular. I'm showing off this new soundstage stereo mixer. It is a stereo mixer that works in a completely different way to every other stereo mixer. It's got a bunch of inputs here, and you can just patch your sources in to where you want things to sit in the stereo field. So patching in to the left, pans stuff hard left. Same with the right, and then the 5 levels. I've got some carefully tuned analog filters. So low frequency sources like a kick drum you patch into the bottom. Low mids go here, mids, higher mids and highs. So basically each input has a different space in the spectrum and also the stereo field. And there's a depth control here to blend between unfiltered and filtered. It's very new. We don't know how much it's going to cost yet, but it's going to be the cheapest 22 input mixer that there is in Euro. I've got some drum sounds from the rhythm patched into it at the moment. I might just turn them up and have a listen. I'll just get this kick drum and we can have a listen to the different filters. And you can just build your mix just by patching, which is pretty cool. And there's a dry and filtered.
Let's just hear a few more of those. Just like patching.
Oh yeah. So I've got some synth voices. I don't really know what they're doing, but you can patch those in. Let's find out what it's doing. So it's going to be a super useful module, I think, for everybody. It'll be out early next year. No price yet.
Can you explain the vector art, like how that relates to the concept?
It's actually like, I like modules where you can look at them and kind of see what it's going to do. So I kind of just use the idea of like a soundstage. It's slightly based on some album artwork from a friend of mine who puts out music as other places. And that artwork was designed by my old bandmate as well, and I've always liked it. So a little homage to that in the module. It's just sort of, a lot of the time when I'm mixing, I kind of think about like a drum kit, and so like a kick drum would be down here, and then you'd have like your cymbals up here in the overhead, and just kind of making an image like that. This is Vector Space. It's a CV mingling device thing. We premiered it last year here in Tokyo. It works by taking 3 CV inputs, and it works on the idea of a cube of 3-dimensional space, and your 3 inputs are controlling a point like the X, Y, and Z coordinates of the point. And so as you move that point to a corner of the cube, the voltage goes up there. and as you move away it goes down, and basically it's just a way to have just 3 CV sources, like modulation sources, and just combine them in a whole bunch of different ways and get heaps of different outputs. So here I've got just 3 channels of maths going into there, and then I've got all of these different outputs, and I'm patching some of the outputs back to modulate the maths, so it's making the wave, like the shapes of those, more complex, which then it sort of works in a feedback loop, it becomes more and more complex. And yeah, all of the, like I've got a couple of kind of weird synth voices going on in here, and all of the modulation for everything is coming out of vector space.